Welcome back, LEGO builders and Minecrafters, to episode 11 of building Mumbo's base out of LEGO. In this episode, I hope to complete the ruination of the entire first level, so that's like all the way up to the top here. So that includes doing the other two archways and kind of the space behind where these massive support structures are going to go. So hopefully I can get all of that done, but I am currently waiting for a BrickLink order, so with those pieces I should be able to finish, and man, it should look really, really cool. And on the last episode, you guys clearly wanted me to put lights in the middle. So I am going to have to figure out like what lights to put in there, because I don't actually have any proper like Lego lights, or like the third-party sellers that sell like Lego lights or lights that can go with Lego. I'll probably just use like whatever LED lights that I find, because there is a big enough space inside the portal to do that. Today we're going to start things off with a couple of announcements. And now these are like not really announcements, they're kind of announcements, but I'll just call them announcements. So the first announcement is that we have reached 75 subscribers. So thank you very, very much for that, but make sure you subscribe, because I would like to reach 100 before the end of the year. And the other announcement is that during the Christmas break or holiday season, I am going to be heading out to my cabin. So if you see like the floor change, that's because of that. And it might also relate to me not doing a whole lot of building, because I have to pack up all of my Lego and head out to my cabin. So don't worry, we are still going to do hopefully lots of building over the Christmas break, because I will be bringing my Lego with me. But for right now, for building, I am going to use all the parts that I have and try and build up as much of like these archways and little parts in here before my BrickLink order comes, so let's go ahead and see what I do with that. Oh, and I failed to mention this before. Stick around till the end, because I am going to bring everything together, so like the wrenches and the water, and it's gonna look really, really epic. Okay, so I've gone ahead and finished this section of the wall right here, and I was planning to get more building done, but my BrickLink order has already arrived, so I guess we'll quickly unbox that in just a few seconds. But I think this section of the wall turned out pretty good, and most of it will be covered up by these big massive structures that will go here. So now I guess all we have to do is build up 3 more of these, and then we're basically done. But in order to build up those other walls, we are going to have to use more bricks. So let's quickly unbox this package I have here. So I have 2 yellow packages here, but both of them are actually from the same order. So only one BrickLink order has arrived so far. But I guess let's open this up. And now in here should be like mainly dark bluish gray, and those dark tan parts. So that is a lot of those kind of like brick pieces. So they have like the brick indent in them. And this is going to make this mock look a whole lot better. And I think that's everything in here. Yes, it is. And then in the other package, we should have probably some light bluish gray and maybe a few more dark bluish gray bricks, I think. So let's see. Yeah, so light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and that dark tan. And I think that is everything. So these pieces look fairly well packed, although I would have preferred it for them to be separated. But that's okay, because I'm like using a whole bunch of different pieces at a time. But so this should help us build up the other walls, or at least a few before my next BrickLink order arrives. So let's hit the time lapse, and with all these bricks, let's get to building. You know what? Since it is so close to the Christmas season, I think this time lapse is worthy of some Christmas music. So, yep, I think this turned out pretty good. And you can see up there that, and in the time lapse as well, that I did not completely finish all the way around because I was running out of parts and my BrickLink order has not arrived yet. So it's not going to arrive in time for this episode. But hopefully for next episode, and then we will be able to finish that back section. But probably the thing that you noticed right away that I didn't put in the time lapse is that I found a light to go into that central portal area, and it fits like just perfectly. So I found the perfect light for that, and man, it brings some like cool aesthetics and some life to the build. So I'm loving that, and it looks really, really cool. This is actually the first time I've incorporated lights into my Lego builds. But otherwise, we finished one more archway, and we finished these corner walls on all three sides. Now all that's left is like half an archway back there and one more corner. And then I just have to put in the platform here, and then another layer, and then all that up there. Oh, and of course the supports. But that probably won't be for a little while. So I have all of this done. Now I say let's bring in the wrenches over there. And let's bring in the water into the octagon, so then we can see what everything looks like all together. So, I'll bring all that stuff over right now. You guys, this looks seriously, seriously cool. And man, it's quite difficult to fit this entire thing in one scene. And this is probably the first time ever that we've actually seen some water in the octagon. But wow, this mock is coming together beautifully, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Here, let's see if I can adjust the camera a little bit so you can actually see it. Well, there we go. I kind of fit it all into one shot. But this thing is looking absolutely massive and insanely cool. And if I can get it up here, here is a top view of the mock. So that is looking really, really cool as well. So I guess that gives you a kind of layout of it all. So that's looking really cool. And now the first thing I notice is that compared to Hermitcraft, these wrenches do look a little bit big next to the center structure. But then again, we are not yet done the center structure, so it should look fine, but I do feel that in the end, the center structure is going to look a little bit small compared to the wrenches, but it should be fine, because, I mean, it's so cool that who really cares? And man, that chariot is one happy chariot. Man, but this thing is looking so, so very cool. And on this high note, I think we should end the video. So I do hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so we can reach 100 by the end of the year. That would be absolutely amazing. And Merry Christmas to you all. And with that said, Gigahertz Productions, out.